Well, hello everyone, Larry back with you again. And have you ever had one of those times whenever you had so many things to do you didn't know which one to start with first, or where do you get started? Well, that's kind of the situation that I'm in. I've got a couple of days here, took a day off from work, and then Saturday I've got a couple of days to get a lot of things done in, and just don't really know which one to start with. But what I have decided, this is my game plan so far. This is Decoration Weekend, and for those of you who may not understand that, think of it as Memorial Day in some other parts of the country. And last weekend we put down some sod, and I stopped by a few days ago and just took a look at the sod, and it is really in need of some watering. So I've got a sprayer with a 30-gallon tank on it that we use here to color our Christmas trees at Terra Place Christmas Tree Farm. The last time that we used the sprayer, I don't think I did a very good job of cleaning it up, and so I'm going to be changing the motor out, or the pump out, on that spray rig. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. So come on everybody, join with us. Let's get started on this project today, the first of many that we've got for this weekend. Okay, what we're going to start doing is to replace this old pump with the new pump. And what happens here, this colorant that we use on our Christmas trees is called Green's-It, and it is a water-based colorant that we use to make the trees darker during season. And this colorant, as much as we try to clean this pump out, it still, over the course of time, has a tendency to build up inside the pump itself and to cause the pump to stop working. And I could go in here, I have in the past gone in and worked on and cleaned out these pumps, but I found that for what they cost, it's better just to go ahead and replace the pump. This one here I've used for probably about 4 or 5 seasons now, so probably got my money's worth out of it. And the pump that I'm going to be putting on is a larger pump, but what I'm doing today is basically getting it ready so that I can go down and put some, I'm going to put water in here and go down and put water on the sod that we've put on my wife's mother's grave. And so let's get started on this. I've already removed a couple of the screws, and let's remove the hoses here, the one that comes up out of the tank itself, and then the one that goes out to the sprayer nozzle. So we'll get these removed and out of the way, and I like one more screw here, having this pump ready to remove. And so there you have it, just a simple matter. Okay, I'm going to be replacing that other pump with a larger pump. This is a high flow, high performance. As you can see here on the box, it's 4.5 gallons per minute that this pump will put out. So I think this pump here is going to be a little bit better as far as giving me some more pressure and being able to put out more solution. It'll help me to be able to color the trees faster. And so let's get this pump installed and see if we can get this project over with. I connect this this pump to just a 12-volt battery. This is a 12-volt marine battery, and I connected to it using, and they're almost an alligator clip, but one to the hot and one to the negative. And you can hear the old pump when I connected. You can hear the old pump starting to pump. But what I've got to do here now is to take the wires from that old pump and connect them onto the new pump for the voltage. And we'll probably just use some little clamp connectors to clamp wires to wires to get that pump connected to the power. These are the type little connectors that I've used in the past, and so we'll just take those loose. Most of these pumps are designed to where they will fit the existing holes for the screws, and I didn't have any screws long enough, so I actually had to take some screws off of some electrical box connectors, and so that's what we're using to put this pump into place with. Sometimes you just have to learn, when you're working on a farm, I found that you just have to learn to improvise and to make do. I remember my dad used to, when it came to a tool, like for instance, if he needed a screwdriver that would fit into a certain area, he would basically just bend that screwdriver to meet his needs. And oftentimes I've seen him take tools and maybe they weren't designed for what he was needing it to do, but he would basically just either modify the tool or do something to it just to make it be able to do the work that he needed to do with that tool. So that's the way it is on a farm. It's a matter of oftentimes just improvising. Here's another one of those larger connectors, and you can see what I'm doing is just because these are the same size, I'm just basically borrowing these screws out of these connectors, and these are the screws here that came out of the old pump, and they will work in with these connectors, and I think they'll work out okay to just use these when I do need these connectors. Found some little washers here, and because of the way these rubber supports on the pump are a little bit larger than the heads of the screws, I'm having to use these little washers. Tighten these down just a little bit more. Okay, let's see. This is the spray hose here, the one that has the spray nozzle, and that fit okay. And let's get this one. This is the one that comes up from the tank itself, and that fits okay too. Now it's a matter of wiring in the motor. This is the end of the wires that comes from the battery that supplies the power to the pump. I'm just going to cut off the old place that it was into the connector, and let's see here if we can determine. Okay, this is the red wire here. You can see a little bit of the red underneath, so we'll have to spread this open just a little bit. See if we can get it over the pickup hose, and just make sure that everything's going to work okay before we make a trip down to the cemetery. I think what I'm going to do while I'm running a little bit of water in here is to go ahead and put the charger on this battery. Well, there you have it, folks. I think we're going to wrap up this this portion of my day video. We've got a lot of things we've got to get accomplished, and so probably won't spend a whole lot of time filming some of those things just because of the fact that we do have so many projects kind of on the agenda for today. But I want to thank you for joining us here on St. Nick's Farms, Terra Place Christmas Tree Farm. We were able to get some water on the sod down at my wife's mother's grave here that we put down last weekend, and so I think that'll help that wash down the tombstones just a little bit, got some of the dirt off of that. So again, thank you for joining us. Be sure to give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, and as always, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're just first time, subscribe. If you're back as a subscriber, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time, folks. This is Larry. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody. It's Snowmaker never would have made it back up this bank if it hadn't have been for the fact that the four-wheel drive still works on it pretty good. I'm going to stop here and take it out of four-wheel drive, put it back into 2 high, and get ready to go back and do some other things today.